The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of rmconair.com or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised. The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of rmconair.com or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
But they'll let us on. Knowing we're going to say some shit. It's going to piss motherfuckers off. That's what the fuck that mean. We on?
Really?
Hey, 5150 show back. This week is me, Bobby, and Zoe. Always makes for a good mix. Yeah. What's up, fellas?
What's happening?
Yeah, Zoe, we came in. Zoe was telling me about his son was part of the championship for his high school team. He was actually in the game.
Yeah, yeah, he was in the game. He got it in. He was the X Factor.
He was the X Factor.
Yeah.
And they won what was that they won out here in California?
The CIF Division 1A Varsity Basketball Championship at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Wow, that's big for kids. Like, little youngsters playing at the Anaheim Convention Center.
It was off the chain, man. It was incredible. And, of course, our star player choked a little bit, just a little. But in that choking, I think it was a gift.
It gave your son a chance to step up.
And he stepped up.
That's big, man.
Yeah, he stepped up.
That's something to be proud of.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited.
You got an entourage already?
No. I'm trying to keep him away. I'm trying to keep him focused. We're trying to get him to Stanford or Harvard or UCLA or Cal,
It's always a beautiful thing when you see a child do something good that you know is going to bring positive productivity to their life.
Right.
I went to my son's grammar school, and this little girl asked him, the little girl was like, "Hey, can I use your crayon?" He was like, "Bitch, get the fuck out of my face." I was so proud of my son because I knew that he was on track to be set for life.
He's going to be successful.
Of course I played it out. Hey, don't talk to her like that. But that just let me know that his head is screwed on right.
That boy's smart.
Get the fuck out of my face. I was like, wow, that's beautiful. I almost cried.
Oh, God.
Bobby, your son is where now?
He's down in Alabama, man. He's 24 years old now.
I remember you used to talk to me about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I putting you on the spot saying it on the air?
Well, no, because he's still my son, and I wish him all the very best, and we're going to probably end up having a second-half relationship.
Right.
And I'm not alone in that. A lot of women are choosing these days to be the principal caregiver, provider, coach, man, mother, the whole shot.
Wow.
And,
but that's what we should go into this because
I think so.
It's interesting with the dynamic of Zoe being in his child's life.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby has he's got another story.
Yeah, sad one.
Yeah.
Sad one. And unfortunately for the kids, they don't really understand until they get out in the world and recognize that element of who they are, that they're not in contact with, creates a uphill climb, if you will. Mm-hmm. And it's not that I fault her any longer, because he's a grown man now.
Right, now it's on him.
And the door is open. And I know what that's like, having grew up without my dad, and that's why it was so important to me to make an attempt to be a part of his life. And when I do talk to him, I just constantly remind him, man, that door swings both ways, and I hope at some point to have a relationship with my son. And in the meanwhile, I've dedicated most of my adult life to reaching out to young people when I get an opportunity to work with young males in particular, and just, fill that void, if you will, because it's important, man, to have a relationship with young males.
I got a situation that's, here's my situation, and we encourage callers to call in and tell their situation because what's going on with my son, I approve of the guy that his mother married. Mm-hmm. I think he's a stand-up guy as far as it go with being the with no disrespect intent, he's a Mr. Mom type of guy.
Right.
He's that guy that helps with the kids.
Right.
Family man, be at home, that type of thing. Now, what I worry about is my son not fitting into that type of structure and feeling like something's wrong with him. But that's why I want my son to know Papa was a Rolling Stone. So you can understand that you inherited your behavior, because he calls the other guy dad because that's all he knows.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was there from when he was born.
Right.
How old is your son?
He's 11 now.
Corey.
11 going on 12. So it's
Damn.
and he lives in Chicago. I moved to California.
Right.
So it's a weird thing. It's a situation almost like most guys, they baby mama won't go get married. She'll just be fucking different guys, and the kid never really get to know a guy. The only guy my child knows is this guy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, I wonder with my child's behavior, because I know my kid's behavior. He's like, Dad.
Right.
I don't want him to think something wrong with him. I just want him to know
This is where it come from.
Right. You see my dad?
Right.
How often do you communicate with?
Not enough. Not enough.
I mean, but give me a ballpark figure. I mean, once a month, every 3 months, every 6 months.
Yeah, like every three months type of thing where we actually communicate.
You know, it's interesting. I have a story that's similar to that. My 2 oldest children are by one woman, and I see them every day. I've seen them every day of their lives, right?
Yeah.
My youngest child is with another woman, and he is also 11, right? So this woman is, like Bobby described, she wants to marginalize, minimize, and disrespect my input on the child. And she wants to hold him, contain him, control him. She doesn't want to do anything that's collaborative and cooperative with regards to this kid's development, especially if I got anything to say about it, right? I had a conversation with her yesterday. Basically, I said, I was talking to my son. She's homeschooling him. Now, how a fucking lemur from Madagascar can homeschool.
People don't understand what lemur from Madagascar is.
A specialized monkey, right? A domesticated primate. How that person can try to homeschool a child who needs to be in school, who needs to interact with kids his own age. No diss against the homeschooling, but somebody in the house gotta be smart if you gonna be at home schooling them. That's just my philosophy. Now, if the dude is 11, still struggling to learn his timetables, to me, that's an indicator that that's an issue. That's a problem. So I called the dude. I'm saying, what you doing?
This your son you
This is
call?
my son.
How old is he?
He's 11.
This is the one that didn't grow up under you.
Right. And I'm saying, yo, what are you doing? He says, I'm watching cartoons. I said, well, hey, aren't you supposed to be doing work? Well, my mom's on the computer. I can't, do my work if she's on the computer. So
Red flag right there.
Right. So he
About him blaming his mom.
No, but I say put your mom on the phone. So she goes
Why?
off. Well, you should have came and told me. I've been done with the computer. Whoop whoop whoop. You down there doing whatever. Then she gets on the phone and says, "How come you won't help him do his timetables?" I said, "Wait a minute. He's still doing timetables?
That's not fun.
What are we doing? What are we doing?" So I said, my whole purpose of calling was to find out what he was doing, and then also to motivate him by taking him to a website so he could see his brother on the internet. Your brother just won a championship. Don't you want to play baseball? This is the path
You make
to
him want to
getting
kill
there.
his brother doing that
No,
shit.
no. It motivates him. It motivates him because he is like me. Just like you said, your son like you. He like,
Right.
man, I want to be where my dad is. I want to participate with what my dad is doing. I want to go where my brother is. My brother got a game? Dad. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This woman said, don't show him stuff from his brother. Right? She don't. It's like when I bring
Because of
up
how she feels.
How
I
she
already
feels.
know,
When I
yeah.
bring up the brother, it's competition to her.
Right.
And I'm saying, no, it's motivation. He's already walking the path. You want your son up under somebody that's walking the path. Me, his older brother, and him. No, you don't want to do that. You want me in your environment.
You better than me. I'd have been like, my son is a reflection of you because he up under you.
But that's what it is.
Well, we know that's what it is.
But then the blame gets thrown back at me. Oh,
Right.
you're not here teaching them timetables. What? Listen.
Do you regret having a baby biologically?
Absolutely.
My genes are so strong that my daughter is a successful college student, not one who goes to college, a successful college student in spite of her mother, as I have never egged her on to say this, but she has told me about things her mother has done to stand in her way.
Wow.
And I always knew that her mother would do that because she has shown me that.
So, Corey, let me ask the question. Do you think a mother who is bitter towards the father of the child can be an unconscious, toxic parent?
Not only that.
Go deeper.
Not only that. Bitches, let's not sugarcoat this shit.
Don't do it.
Bitches be jealous of their daughters. Ooh. And there's no legislation against this.
Ooh.
There's no way of calling it out. You could go like these people who take over the courthouse or whatever. You could say, I'm worried about my daughter in an environment with her mother as her mother is jealous of her.
Wow.
And the police will tell you there's nothing we can do about that.
Wow.
There's absolutely nothing we can do about that. That's why when my daughter called me, and she be bugging the fuck out of me with that little money shit, but I give it to her. I give it to her. If I got it, she could get it, because I say, you know what? I am so glad that you didn't turn out like your mother.
Right.
Because her mother is an ain't shit bitch who got her tubes tied because the pussy could not be yanked. Nothing else could be yanked out that mother. The doctor said, God damn, bitch. You can't yank nothing else out this motherfucker, bitch. Your heart gonna come out in this goddamn abortion machine if you yank something else about this motherfucker. Your pussy dead, bitch. Let me tie this tube. I don't know why the tube's still alive, but let me shoot this motherfucker.
Ain't no more life in the pussy.
Right.
Oh, God. Man, we got callers, man. Come on.
Right,
God damn.
We're going to let the callers chime in on what we're talking about so far. Hey, So Wonder, we already know who the fuck this is. So Wonder, what's up, boy?
What's going on, people? What's going on, Mr. Zother?
What's up, man?
Williams.
What's happening?
Congratulations to your son, man. I saw the pictures and everything. Man, that dude looks just like you, man.
Yeah, man, that's my dude.
So Wonder be on his shit, all that internet shit.
Yeah.
It's out there. He looking at that
He
shit.
see that shit, right? Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Bobby, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, man,
Cole,
talk to us, man.
What's going on, man? Oh, man, this is some good. First of all, it's good to see all three of y'all together, man. It's some real good, strong brotherly love stuff going on right there, man. That's some real good stuff, man. I got not a similar situation, but I can tell you something about that now.
Don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble.
I don't get in trouble now. This is real talk.
Okay.
So I want to sit right next to me. You seen it. You know how she roll.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So I'm on my second marriage, right?
Hey, Miss Soul Wonder. No, go ahead. I know. I met him in Dallas. They came to the show in Dallas. It was love.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm on my second marriage. Now, my first marriage, I only have one biological child, and that's by the woman that I married. But my first wife, she had 4 children. I was very, very deeply involved in them. But she was like you, Corey. She was an ain't shit bitch. So I leave her and all that kind of stuff. And I tried to stay as much as possible in those kids' life, even though I didn't have no responsibilities to them. But I did it anyway because I still loved them, and I know they still needed some kind of fatherly figure. And it was falling by the wayside. So I did my best I could, but I wasn't about to compromise my relationship. So them children got mad at me because they went on Facebook and saw me and my wife and my girls. I got my oldest daughter going to Texas Women's University. All my girls are straight A students, and them motherfuckers got the nerve to get mad at me. And the mama got mad at me.
Wow.
So go figure with that.
Well,
and you know what? It's So Wonder. You could tell me if you disagree. Some people just don't have it in them to say this because they're moral people. They got good souls. But did you know them kids wasn't gonna be shit when they was kids? Like, tell the truth.
I tried. I knew it, but I tried, man. I tried.
Man,
Wow.
look, I'm not gonna say who I did this to, but a child that was close to me. I said that little bitch ain't gonna be shit. And when I said it, I meant it because I knew it was gonna be true.
Wow.
But I didn't mean that in a way to just be mean. I meant it because I'm watching it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's almost like you wrong for saying that as far as society is concerned. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But ain't shit kids. You can see by the time they 12,
You can
13,
see.
you like,
You can see ain't shit
that
in
motherfucker
it.
ain't gonna be shit.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
know
yeah.
what? To speak to what the caller is saying, man, I kick my own ass every day because I ain't shit dude. Because I chose her and I dealt with her, you know, and I made the choice to fuck around with her, and that shit just bothers me every day. I love my son to death. I mean, this dude is an awesome kid. I talk to this mug every day.
You see potential in him?
Oh
when
man!
he's lost?
Oh, but he and what
Is there a difference with those kids?
You know what's
ain't
crazy?
shit kids or lost kids?
Dude.
Can you see the difference in them?
My son, 16, he hears my son on the phone, and he goes, "Dad, we gotta get him before it's too late." That's my 16-year-old. Dad, we gotta get him. We gotta.
But have
It's
you
gotta
ever
be
put
like
in for
zero.
custody?
I'm working on that. I got a lawyer in place, the whole 9 yards. My son was like, "Dude, it's like 0 dark 30. We just gotta go in and put her down and get the kid out of there."
Do they talk? Your sons?
He calls my son. He calls his brother every day. Hey, what you doing? Woo, woo, woo. My oldest took him to play ball. Then he told his mom, "I want to play ball." It seems like everything that my oldest is involved in, she tries to shit on.
So I got a question for you. Do
Yeah.
you think it's scandalous if a person, I won't even say me, but let's just say a person doesn't want the spoiled grapes to be mixed in with the grapes that are growing right?
Right.
Because I'm just saying, if I see a child with
I
potential,
see where you going. That's fucked up.
he's
but
just a little lost.
right.
I feel like I'm wise enough to make a right decision that this kid just needs to be in a good environment.
That's my
But
youngest.
a ain't shit kid, I wouldn't give a fuck if it's mine. I wouldn't want him around the kids that's about something.
Right.
Because my sister, I don't fuck with her. She a scandalous, rotten bitch.
Right.
And my mama, that's your sister. Yeah. I
But you know
told
what?
my mama, I won't help you do nothing but bury that bitch. I will Paul bury that motherfucker. I want to be the head nigga walking this bitch. I want to drop that bitch in the ground.
Oh, God.
Oh, hold on. We got a female caller. Let's get her
hear
in. Carmen, are you on?
I am.
Hey, what's up?
How y'all doing?
Good.
What up?
All right, I just want to address what Zoe was talking about.
Which one, the ain't shit bitches?
Well,
Was I saying that?
yeah, but Zoe, being the man that you are, you know, so many of us look up to you because you are such an intelligent brother and you bring so much to the table. What was it that this woman had that allowed you to get caught up?
It was the chocolatey yogurt box that just glazed over my whole sight. And I'm just gonna be real.
No, the truth is a blessing.
This shit was real. I knew that she was enamored by my intelligence, and
Don't
what
keep
she
her. No, what the fuck does enamored mean? You lost me.
she was as enamored with my intelligence as I was with the yogurty goodness of the box.
Right.
So basically, for me, I was like listening to her talk, and I saw her faking. She was trying to fake like she was as deep as me, or fake like she knew shit. And I told myself, after I get the yummikins,
Right.
I'm out. But the yummikins had crack in it.
And you kept fucking
And I
with it.
kept fucking around until it was too late.
And you didn't have the guts to push a bitch down the stairs.
Damn.
Because you a good brother.
No, I
Or
knew
you
she
a
was a
damn.
shit one day. I was at her crib. I knew she was a shit one day. I was sitting on the couch. She said, I'm going to the store. I said, all right, I'm sitting on the couch. About an hour later, I look out the window. This bitch is in the middle of the street fighting with some dude. Her and her sister. I said, well, goddamn, what am I doing? And then one day I'm pregnant and I'm keeping it. And it was one of those light-skinned, green-eyed nigga. I'm keeping this shit. Fuck?
She's going to keep the baby. You are probably the person with the most potential who entered her.
Right.
So men with potential, you have to be very careful about who you enter. And Carmen, you cut her off?
But that was when I first started messing with her.
About her kid.
That was like 12 years ago. So I'm a different person today.
Call back, Carmen.
You know, I'm a different person today. I've evolved. I've grown. I've learned. But that was one of the greatest mistakes of my life. And I'm not calling my son a mistake because there are no accidents in the universe. I learned a tremendous amount from that fucking horrifying relationship. But I'm still dealing with it today and still learning from it. So,
Bobby, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman that you're talking to comes across as lying about who she is, when you're around her, you find out she misrepresented who she was when she first met you, will you still be around her after that?
Unfortunately, most of my life, the answer to that question has been yes. In the last few years, life lessons has forced me to recognize that I got to listen to that voice. Right. And accept that voice. But that only happened in the last 5 years, man. But up until then, I'm 58. Okay, most of my life and most of men's life, we know that we overlook signs and we overlook opportunities to get to the real, and then we end up having problems. So, as I put this message out here, fellas and ladies, we all need to really just get in touch with what we're really here to do in life and put that first, because if we succumb to the flesh, oh my God, man, it becomes very nightmarish.
Yeah, don't do the Zoe thing.
I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm speaking hypothetically as I say this. But I feel this I feel this to be true in my heart. If I was a guy out there on the dating scene, I would tell bitches flat out, I don't trust you. I'm talking about people who I don't know. I don't trust you. Any type of relationship we have will be one that's earned. But in the beginning, you're already in the negative. Just from what I've been through. Now, if you want to fuck with me after that, that's on you.
Right.
But see, here's what happens when you issue that kind of challenge.
You don't get as much pussy.
No, you'll get more. You'll get more pussy and more problems, because people have a tendency to rise to the level of the occasion. And by that, I simply mean you can tell somebody straight up, look, I got somebody, and they'll say, so? You know, they just want to, if a person wants to be with you, they're going to do what it takes to be with you. And the question is, how long is that going to last? That's what's frightening, man. Because I've seen people morph into who they need to be
in the moment in order to achieve the agenda.
Yes. Nothing has ever been pulled over my head when it comes to women. Nothing. I'm going to tell you something, man. I have never been in a situation with a woman where I'm like, I didn't know she was like this. I have always known that this bitch ain't shit. Or she's a good person. I've known the difference. So that's why I can't make no excuses for nothing that happened to me.
Right.
I have never been shocked by shit that happened to me through a woman.
Right.
Well, the people that get me are niggas I fuck with up close because I look at them differently. Right. I let them in, and then all of a sudden,
here it
I'm
comes.
like, damn, that motherfucker got me.
Right.
But when it comes to women, I'm more aware, and that's to my detriment. I can admit that. Hey, who's this Steve on the phone now? Steve, 5150, what's up?
Yo.
What it do?
Yo, this is Macaroni.
Macaroni, what up, man?
What up? How y'all doing?
Good, man.
We chilling, man.
All right, that's nice to hear, man. I'm sitting there listening to y'all talk, man, and I'm getting worried, man. You know, I got one on the way.
Well, you got a child on the way, right?
Yeah, I have my first one. It should be doing like September, you know, and as far as I know, she good people, you know. As far as I know, I want to ask y'all, like, you know, did they put on that Did y'all ever have that, that one that just is good and she just switch it up? And when she gonna switch it up?
Don't ask my advice because I'm going to give you some real shit. I think you should listen to Zoe.
Start with me, then go to Bobby, then finish with Corey. I would say everybody you fucking get with in the beginning and for a long time is a fucking mirage. They're not real until the conflict manifests itself in the relationship. You're dating a fucking reflection, and she's probably reflecting what she thinks you like. And you tend to do the same shit back to her, and it's a dance of images. You want to date a real motherfucker. This is why I tell women, don't date your idea. Because what you're going to wind up doing is ignoring all of the signs that tells you if this dude is good or not. So again, we have women in our society that are socially savvy. Oh, I'm 27. It's time to be pregnant. I got a good job. I got a place to stay. Now it's time. Socially savvy, right? Mm-hmm. But they're not necessarily connected to the actual men that they're dating. They're dating the idea. You're here. You facilitate this. Nah, date the real dude. Why would you ever have a child with a man with fucked up character issues that refuses to look at them? No, you're dating the image. That's what I say in the beginning. It's always a dance of images. Try to get past the image and date the real person. You'll find that out through conflict. That's what I gotta say,
Bobby.
I mean, I know that in terms of relationships, but I'm new to the baby part. Like, relationships.
I got some advice for you, brother. Wait till you hear what I got to say.
You second fiddle when it comes to the baby.
Right.
Yeah.
You've already facilitated the real mission. That's
real shit.
Go ahead.
At this stage, and how old are you, first of all?
I'm 34.
Okay, you in the middle of the game, the beginning of the middle of the game. It depends on how you started out in that relationship. I mean, if y'all started out fucking around and this came up on y'all with a slip move, then
here we go.
That's a whole different situation. But if you started out real with her about what your expectation of a relationship was and what it is you're looking for in a relationship, chances are, if you say that she's feeling good to you right now, y'all might make it. But it depends. I don't know it's other dynamics. Money got a part in it, status, like the brother was saying a minute ago. Mm-hmm. Depends on how y'all came into the relationship. You can grow together with somebody that you started out with like that.
Nah, they normally dating what you gon' be.
Well, all right, so check this out. Hey, brother, let me give you some advice, Bobby, that I hope you listen to. I really hope you listen to me, brother, because this can put you in the driver's seat. Listen, who men and women both are when they're 20 is one thing. When they're 30 is another thing. When they're 40 it's another thing. When they're 50 it's another thing. So if you make it to 50 with one person, which is very rare in society now, then you can relax. But because you are young, and she's probably young too, you need to put a case on her. You need to set her up where she is a criminal, and when it boils down to it, you can take your child from her because she's into criminal activity. That's what you need to do.
Do you know how true? Listen, I talked to a lawyer friend of mine, family law, sister. She said, if you're not married, go start the proceedings now. Period. Corey just told you in a funny way.
I didn't tell
that's
you.
What she said.
No, it wasn't a funny way, Zoe.
That shit was
serious.
funny, nigga.
Put a case on her.
He just said the same shit she told me.
Put a case, not a case like go down there to try to get equal rights or something. Put a case on her, a criminal case.
Put some dope in her car.
Put some dope in her car.
You got to do something where you doing her a favor by allowing her to be around your child. If you ain't got that position, then every morning put some Vaseline on your asshole until the law sends that letter that's meant to go up your ass, because it's coming.
Oh yeah, because all she got to do is get mad at you, and then she gonna bring in her real boyfriend,
right,
which is white supremacist judges. They gonna come in and shut it down.
Oh, I might choke that bitch off GP.
Where you from, man?
I'm from Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby neck of the
Oh
wood.
my God, man! We're gonna light a few candles, man.
Hey
Good
man, look,
God
we gonna pray
Almighty.
for you in that situation, man. And
Yes.
a lot of people think I'm joking, but for real, man, go and put that case on.
All right, thank you, homeboy, man.
That's
I
what's
appreciate
up,
the
man. Thanks for
call,
the
man.
call. Is this really Steve here? Steve, what's cracking, man? We got you this time. Steve from Memphis.
That's another one of my stomps.
Mouthful.
Yo, this is Steve from Nashville.
Oh, another Nashville
all
brother.
right.
Okay. All right, right up the road.
Chattanooga and Murfreesboro.
There you go. He's from Nashville, man, because the rest of the people stumble over Murfreesboro, man. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Hey, the borough.
That's
Yeah.
right, man. I'm from Reed's
Hey,
Alley.
man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I just wanted to say, first of all, big fan. Corey, you got to get back down here to Zany's, man. You got to come back.
Oh, you know they gonna fuck with me again. I get. Well, we got into it a little bit about the money last time, but they gonna fuck with me because they know motherfuckers come to see me.
Oh, yeah, and I proudly wear the shirt.
Right.
the T-shirt. That's the shirt. That's the shirt. What was they going to call in for, man? I listen all the time, first time calling in. I'm getting the points that y'all are putting down about the females and ladies. My situation is a little different. I've been married before divorce, and I got a little girl that's almost 7. But me and my ex, man, we get along wonderfully.
Congratulations.
And I hear all the horror stories that everybody tells. Like, it's just so bad. And I know that's what makes you funny, is because a lot of people live that same life that's around you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like, when it comes down to it, is that a rare case from even on an LA standpoint where y'all are like, you hear a lot of cats that say, I ain't got no beef with my old lady or, baby mama or whatever?
That normally means they obey, but I'm not saying that for all men. But most of the time, that means they obey.
What do you mean obey? Give him more. What do you mean they obey?
Look up the definition of obey.
I know what it means.
Obey. Do
I mean,
what
I mean,
she
from
say.
a street
It's not like
standpoint.
that with everybody. It's not like that with everybody. I think it's beautiful when a man and a woman get along. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of the child, it's rare and beautiful. But
It's rare
it's
and beautiful.
It's capital R, capital A, capital R, capital E. Rare.
Yeah, because what Corey is saying is, when do you see a man and a woman put aside their own personal gripes with that person to benefit the child? It's rare. It's rare. If you got a mean, nasty, resentful, revengeful, still mad at you because you didn't wife her or whatever the situation, or you cheated or whatever the situation may be, if you still got that kind of mama in your child's life, she's poisoning the child. This is real. She's poisoning the child, and she's going to keep a barrier between you and that child because she hasn't reconciled her participation in the breakdown of the relationship. It's always somebody else's fault, and that is what keeps the dad away from the kid, because she gonna work that angle. A lot of women, you'll say, well, do whatever you can or jump over mountains to come see this kid. Not when you got the po-po on speed dial for a verbal argument.
A lot of kids find out when they about 18 that their dad really did go to the store for a pack of cigarettes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just when he smoked that one square, he was like, you know what? Fuck that.
Hey, Nashville, I got a quick question for you. What is it about your ex that you can look back at now and has allowed you to have a healthy relationship with her and your child?
Only thing I can say about it is, honestly, when the breakup came, I told her, regardless of whether we get along or not, we're going to get along to raise this child, and that ain't a fucking option. So that's the way I told her. And
You must have did that at gunpoint then, man, because usually a lot of us have said that, but it didn't work out like
Well,
that.
it worked for me and my two oldest. Their mother recognized what Zoe brings to the table philosophically, psychologically, and presence-wise trumps my desire to have an intimate relationship with him. I'm going to move that out the way because I want him as their dad. That's who I know he got something to give them that's going to put them on a different level. My kids are fucking daddy elitists. They be looking at other kids like, damn, they don't have their daddy. Wow, I can see the difference. You know, they judging people. I say, keep that to yourself. But the point is, when you got a woman that says, I'm buying into the future of these children fuck what happened with us, that's a good woman and that's a good mama. Any woman that's still harping over what happened in the relationship where children are involved is not only a fucked up person, but damn sure a fucked up mama.
You just put down 80% of the bitches out here in the street.
Hey, so be it though. So be it.
That's what's up. We gotta get this other call, man. Thanks for calling in. Who is this? Now we got Joe from New York. Hey, Joe. Hey, man, sorry you had to wait. We trying to get everybody in. What's up, Joe? Talk to us.
What's going on? This is Joe from Brooklyn, hitting you again.
What it do?
Hey, what's going on there, Corey, Zoe, and Brother Bobby?
Hey,
What's happening?
to me.
I just wanted to touch base with y'all, let y'all know, man, I like the chemistry y'all got going. But y'all got too much testosterone in that studio. Y'all need a female family.
Man, we should call Claudia.
Hey,
Claudia, come hang out.
We don't have to call nobody. This is sitting on ball right now. Boy.
Oh, yeah,
I'm watching her body
poetess.
language, man. She got something to say about this.
Boy is running the shit. She in this motherfucker.
Poetess is a G.
She unhooked her holster in this motherfucker.
Yeah, man. You know, what I appreciate about the old head Bobby is, every young man, if he's lucky, will become an old man.
Right.
And, Zoe was the cerebral thinker over there, and Corey's just Corey. Gotta love Corey. But I wanted to say, man, the show has quite an impact, man, and the proof of that is last week when I called in, like maybe a couple of callers later, some kid called in and took a few shots at me, and I was kind of tight at first. But then I realized when he said, Corey, my father wasn't in my life, I look up to you. I said I had to rise above my ego and not go back in on this kid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of
that's
people,
the grown man in you, too. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, definitely.
What you saying? Oh, sorry.
No, sometimes people are talking because of how they feel at the moment. And they're not wise enough to step back and watch what's happening. And because you was able to step back and watch what's happening, that kid said something that made you go, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I get
But
it.
the children come out, they're only an accumulation of what the parents have influenced, basically. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like a lot of times if your parent wasn't worth anything or wasn't in your life, you're going to be angry, you're going to be bitter, and you're going to be bitter towards everybody.
Right.
I mean, because, I grew up with a single family, single mom, and basically, I mean, I was angry as a youngster, so I went into sports, and I kind of took it out in that. That was my outlet.
Right.
But there's not really a whole lot going on out there in these streets for these kids nowadays, man. And you can imagine why, coming out of the crack generation,
How old are you?
I'm 39.
Okay.
But I do remember back in the 70s, the role models and the people that we looked up to,
The single moms back then were different than the single moms now.
Well, they had
What was the difference?
Can we all agree in that?
What was the
on
difference?
Here's the biggest distinction. They had brothers. They had grandfathers that
Family.
they would
Right.
Uncles.
They would lean on.
Right.
They wouldn't try to raise no child by themselves.
Right. No, that's
They had that positive, strong male figure, man.
Somebody
and that's
was
what they
stepping
need.
up,
That's
man.
what
Your
a lot of
uncle,
these-
you want me to call your uncle over here?
That's gonna be some.
I remember. I heard that before.
You never hear that shit now. You know what you hear now? Call the police on that motherfucker. That's what you hear.
That's true.
That's what these bitches do.
Oh,
I keep trying to
I'm
say
talking
it.
about their own kid.
No, that's real.
I want him out of here. Do him just like they did their daddy.
Yeah.
At some point in the show, I want some of the callers to give us some suggestions as to what we can do as men and even the ladies out there. What can we do to address some of these very critical problems? Because we got too many young men that are rudderless right now, and we got to address this if we're going to have
Absolutely.
One of the greatest-
any
absolutely.
society
One of the
left.
greatest speakers I've ever heard in my life, Minister Louis Farrakhan, said some real shit. He said, you born, when babies are born, they make the same noise no matter where you from. It's all the same noise. And when you die, you make the same noise. All in between is the Tower of Babel.
What do you-
That's what Farrakhan said. That's deep shit, ain't it?
Yeah.
Farrakhan also said the black woman's mouth is a snake pit.
Wow. Wow.
He said that. What I'm saying is a hurt heart can't raise a healthy child. We as a community first have to heal ourselves individually and then collectively, and now we got to recontextualize how we view our women, and our women have to recontextualize how they view us. Now, as long as they view us as shiftless, no good, no potential ass niggas, we gonna have the same mirror image in the form of our children being born. 70% of all African American children are born to single mothers.
Snoop Doggy Dogg said we don't love them hoes. and this what people are laughing at that, but the truth is most children are born to a hoe you fucking. Am I right? Am I right?
Wow.
You're not married. No. You're not married. You fucking hoes. They outweigh the women that are about something. Well, so it's like, yeah, that number sounds right.
Worse than that. Most children are accidents of birth. All right, even people that were married, man. I know enough horror stories about people who just had one sexual encounter and produced a child. The more compelling issue right now, as we sit here today, is how do we, as men, figure out a way to navigate around these issues and connect to these kids?
We first have to be responsible. We first got to stand up to our contribution to the bullshit.
Let's hear what this young lady has to say. I think this is a girl. I hope to God this ain't no dude when I say this name. Amber, are you there?
Yes.
Oh,
yes, I'm here.
glad ain't no dude say you here, man. Hold on, man. Go ahead, Amber. What's up?
I am one of the rarities in that me and my son's fathers, we get along very well. I don't stand in their way. I allow them to be the dads that they want to be and need to be. We don't have those problems.
How long did you know him before you had a kid with him?
3 years and 2 years.
Oh, okay. You got 2 kids?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. It was good.
Yes. So it's not, it's kind of funny because I have friends that are single moms too, and I never forget we took our boys to camp, and I was like, yeah, when my sons get older, they're about 11 or 12 or whatever, they'll move with their dads. And one lady, these are professional women, with a lawyer. She's like, you going to give up control like that? And that's about it's control. It's not control. It is a child. It is an investment. I said, if I'm not married and there's no man in my house, then he needs to be with his father. And she was like, but you're going to give up your child support? I said, I pay the child support. That's not a problem for me.
Wow.
I said, because I'm going to pay it regardless just because that's my kid.
Where are you from, Amber?
Who's like, well, if so-and-so gets married, do you think he should tell you? It's not my business. That's just it. My only concern is, do you need me to get my son to your wedding? Like, do you need me to get him in? That's the only thing we need to talk about.
You sound like a self-assured woman. Where you from? Bobby said where you
Atlanta.
Wow.
Atlanta, and you think like
I felt
that?
country, man. This girl's been around some men, some strong women, and she's a reflection of that. I just got to compliment you on who you are at this point in your life, sister, because somebody sold into your life for you to be this rational about it. Okay,
and she's confident.
It's just when people get out of their emotions, because women can be so into their emotions. And like I tell my girlfriends, y'all just still want these men.
That's what it is.
Get past that, you can see it and let them be the fathers they want to be.
Wow.
Because nobody don't want to be around you if you always nagging. Well, why you leave him like that, or why you do this? He's making the same mistakes that quiet as it's kept. You made those same mistakes too, but nobody was there to call you on.
Wow. This is a grown woman right here.
Allow him to be a dad. He wasn't a dad. Let him be a dad.
That's what's up.
Hey, congratulations, sister, because I'm telling you, you're going to have some bad brothers coming into this world with a good feeling about what it means to come from love, because you're going to raise some beautiful young brothers, some strong cats. Yeah.
That is the goal.
You got them on track. Yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you for being alive, Amber.
I'm telling you.
Hey, would you do me a favor? If you see that lawyer lady, would you tell her my email is the new way to motivate at yahoo.com, and I want to talk to her about the lousy bitch she is.
Because being around somebody like me, we did our will together. I was the only one that left my boys to their dad. And so they're getting that experience and that conversation now is being had. And now they're saying, I do think I'm going to let him go with. Because one little boy, he'd be always crying. I said, you got a little girl boy. He cried. He's so emotional. There's no reason for that little boy to be crying all the time like that. Yeah, like a little girl.
Yeah, how old would you assume the little boy was?
He was 9.
Oh, hell no.
I
I
don't
stop
let,
fucking
like,
with you.
there's certain little boys, I just don't let my boys go around. 'Cause they,
It's
you
my
know,
own
they're used
son.
to their
If he cry
dad.
all
They're
the
used to
time, I'll be
being
like,
men.
shut your bitch ass up. Fuck you crying about, bitch. I say that to my own son.
Wow. Man.
Hey, Amber, we got to get ready to take a break. Amber, you
Please call again.
Please call again.
She was
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. Everybody on hold. We going straight to the lines when we come back.
Love you,
5150.
though.
Love you too. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Get paid though. I can understand that.
Well, 5150, we back. I'm eating like a motherfucker in between breaks and shit. Hey, we have phone lines lit the fuck up. We're going to get these callers in, and I want the callers to know we're never trying to jip you of your conversation, but we got to keep it moving so we can get all these calls going. We got one of the friends of the show, Jay Nasty, on right now. Jay Nasty, what's up? Talk to her.
Hey.
He sleep.
There you go.
I'll make
Jay
it real
Nasty.
quick, but the female that just called into the show, I mean, she won out of what, 5 million, 5,000, 500,000, something like that. That shit is not really popping these days. Me personally, I have 2 girls by my girl now. My son that's in Atlanta, she calls him a pussy ass nigga. Because he like to tuck his shirt in. He wears glasses. He likes to dress nice. He talks proper and everything, just like how I do when I'm not given this persona. Now, I don't understand why I don't pay child support. I pay to make sure my son is taken care of. I'm not court ordered by a motherfucking thing to do shit. But I make sure, even though I can't see my son, it's been like 3 years since I saw my son, I still pay money to see my seed. Or, I mean, to take care of my seed. But it is what it is. And it's these females who always have that control. Men don't have that certain type of control. Now, once in the state of Georgia, once he turns 12 years old, please trust and believe. I have my attorneys on deck, and I will be in the state of Georgia, DeKalb County. DeShantre, I'm not going to put your last name out there, but I will be down there to get my son.
Is that her name?
You know who you are. Her name is DeShantre. That filthy-ass bitch name is DeShantre.
You funky whore! Go ahead, Jay Nasty.
Wow.
I will get my son when I get down there because I've been paying too long. And I can't even see him. I can't talk to him or nothing.
That's because you ain't got no case on her.
Exactly. But when he turned 12 by the state of Georgia, I will have a case. But I'm going to let the rest of these funky-ass calls get in. Nothing talking about.
Wow.
That's what up, Jay Nasty.
Appreciate the call.
Y'all be good, man. Love y'all.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, brother. Hey, who the fuck is this? Who on now?
What up, though?
What up, brother?
Hey, man, Corey, man, keep doing your goddamn thing, man. Zoe, thank you for bringing such an intellectual level to the show. And Bobby Glantine Smith, what's the goddamn deal?
This sound like a caller from Detroit.
Nah, man, I'm from Texas, homie.
Texas, that's what's up. Shit, I love
No
that.
doubt. No doubt about it. I'm gonna try to keep this brief, man. I appreciate y'all so much. Long story short, man, my baby mama tried to keep me from my daughter. I actually put her, you know what I'm saying? I actually put them folks in her life, and I kept such a substantial amount of evidence. I would make this goofy ass helper sign anytime I gave her any type of funds. And I know, like here in Texas, that counts as gifts, but it does show that I was putting forth, the effort. So the judge was like, "Oh, he been giving you money. So this what we gonna do." So right now, I get her for a week. Every Friday we trade off. The bitch ain't got a leg to stand on. This hoe can't buy a vowel. And it's just looking real good for me right now, man. So all you fellas out there, you can get your shorty if you take the time and you do the proper paperwork and, you want to be there. And ladies, if a nigga trying to be in your kid's life, man, don't stall him out like that, man. Just let him do what he got to do.
I think this dude just made a great point.
No. Zoe, Texas is different than all other states. You really need to put the case on the bitch in Texas.
You don't. The child support laws are different. Yeah.
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 I mean, I don't want fuck all that child support shit. I don't need nothing from her. She don't work and she ain't got no car, no way. But so all I want is my daughter, man. That's it. I just want the opportunity to take care of my kids, man.
Wow. And it's a lot of fathers out there that are hurting, that are going through a similar situation or worse. But at the end of the fucking day, I want to deal with a woman that wants my character and my quality as a father, not just the contents of my wallet. And a lot of times these babies are just glorified biological welfare checks. They're just checks.
Yeah.
And it's fucked up. And they play these kids like they're checks. They play these kids like accounts. You understand what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right. So, well, I got to get quick because I know y'all got callers. But, once she got pregnant, we was together for 3 years. Once she got pregnant, that's when she stopped working. And she thought she found a sucker. And I was like, fuck that. So I dipped up out of there. And, her son, I took him underneath my wing. Now she done turned him against me. So I'm like, well, fuck you too. I hate to be like that. That's fucked up. Every kid need a man in his life. But, your mama done turned you against me. So I ain't with that.
Well, hey, what a lot of people don't know is if you do have a baby by a broke bitch and you work, you can get custody of your child.
Wow.
It's just a lot of guys don't know that. If you have a stable situation and that bitch stripping at night and counting the ones in front of the baby in the morning as she eyeing them out, you can get your child.
Right.
For real. Fellas, Corey, I'm sorry I ain't mean to cut y'all off. Y'all got callers, man. I want to say thank y'all. I really appreciate the show. Y'all really helped me get through my day. And Amber, out there in Atlanta, I will be driving to Atlanta with a goddamn pit bull energy drink in my hand. Y'all stay up.
Wow.
That's what's up, man. Thanks for the call, man.
Before you take a call, I wanted to throw something out there in terms of the cause and effect of what we're doing in the studio right now on a weekly basis, and that's just putting our opinions out there. I saw the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, Kaepernick or whatever.
Yeah.
And because his mama gave him away, he went to a thing where another family raised him, and now he don't want to deal with his mama at all. Even though she did something for him that was really hard for her to do because the brother that she had him with didn't want the baby at all. And then when she realized that she was in a position or couldn't handle the emotion of dealing with that black boy, she gave him to these other folks, but she selected his parents. And he still ain't worked that out yet.
Yeah.
He still hasn't worked it out. And the point I want to quickly make is there are consequences to our choices. And as hard as it is, we do still have to make an effort. As difficult it is not to be too hard on the mothers of our children.
Right.
We can't send that signal to them that their mama ain't completely out of the pocket.
Right.
Well, we're in my opinion, we're not talking about mothers who intentions and efforts show that they are walking in a path for the betterment of family. We talking about these bitches and hoes.
The lousy ones. But
we have children by bitches
but you know what?
hoes.
And
Check
bitches
it.
and hoes identify themselves by getting mad.
But you know what? Take Kaepernick's story. He's wounded. I understand. Your biological mother gave you away. But look who she gave you to, and look at the thought that she took in choosing the right people. If it wasn't for her choice to give you to those people, you not a Niner. You not in the Super Bowl. So in a way, she led you to that space you're in right now by doing it. What if she kept you and you wound up a gangbanger because she didn't have the resources to take care of you?
That's a great point.
I mean, you got to look at, there are no accidents in the universe.
What if she kept you and niggas like me was coming over, washing up in the sink, telling you to stop looking at this dick, little boy? Your mama did you a favor.
Yeah. And that's why this is
what I put up in your mama shout. Your mama ain't shit. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Wow.
Because he going to have, whether he realizes or not, he going to have trust issues with women until he reconciles that.
Right.
In my opinion,
That bitch ain't. No, I'm just fucking.
I'm tired of women who can't be called to the floor.
Yeah, that's some real shit.
You listen. Conflict in relationship it's a two-way street. You don't fucked up relationships just don't happen to you. You attract them. And I'm tired of motherfuckers trying to pick and choose which part of the law of attraction they want to use. The law of attraction works when you win the lottery, but it's bad when Rollo is on the couch. Bitch, you drew Rollo to you. You drew a liar. You drew a fake producer, right?
Right.
I want bitches to start taking ownership of the catastrophe that is their lives. And it ain't just women, it's men too. For all those who want to say, oh, Zoe's always talking about the women. I'm talking about people.
Your pussy is disappointed in you, bitch. Hey, let's get this next caller on. Who's the next caller? Next caller, this is the 5150 show. What's up?
Hey, what's cracking? It's Haitian Brutus.
What up, Haitian
What's
Brutus?
going on, man?
What up?
What it do? Hey, much love to all y'all. Hey, much love to Bobby Grant Thomas, a.k.a. Mr. Peanut, a.k.a. Mr. Murphy's bro. You know what, man? I wanted to go ahead and say what's up to my man, because I've always been talking a gang of trash about this dude, bad, but only about his gear. He's a wise man, and we are looking forward to that book. You know what I mean? But, oh, man, I want to go in about that subject, y'all.
Come on, man.
Go in, man. I mean, I might lose people, but I'm going to be real, man. I mean, you're right. It starts with the bitches and hoes, the ones who identify themselves like that. In the hood, percentage-wise, it's just black women. I'm sorry. They're the only women who going to treat their kids like something that's not theirs. You know, just to prove a point. You know, like, it's insane. I got my old lady Mexican. You know what I mean? She grew up, she know how shit ain't come out right between, I'm black. You know what I mean? I'm Haitian. My old lady Mexican. She seen how shit goes in a Mexican household, and they stayed together. So she know through thick and thin, regardless you got to do, she don't have to roll with me, or it is what it is. So my job is to make sure I just keep her on the straight path along with the family. But point is, these black ladies, these little broads, be scared niggas off. They don't know how to run the house or how to play their role in the house. You know what I mean?
Right. I feel you on that. I feel you on that, but I do want to say this. It's Mexican bitches that ain't shit too.
No,
all across the board.
Because my old lady in particular, they household, when the dude is in the house, when the dad is in the house, you're going to see a whole lot of order, or a whole lot more order. You know what I mean? Like, and it just happens, like, the Mexicans, I'm not trying to diss them. No Mexican do, because my son's half Mexican now. But it's like, the dad, they be fucking up, they drink, they do whatever, and they come home, they got a plate, a dinner, everything. The girls know their role. Even if the dad ain't home, the girl knows I got to make sure my kids is on point, because that's just how it's bred. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that. They fucked up the cycle for the black woman. I'm not saying they ain't shit, because I love my black woman, but they dogged them out, just like how they tried to do us. But it's just a fucked up cycle.
Diamond's our girl best friend. The enemy knows that. He will give them rewards for selling us out. Rewards meaning like your check. Anything that they know will make them be like, fuck what's right. Because that's what they do.
They step over a dollar. They step over the dollar to go look at that dime, because if they could take care of their house, the sky's the limit. If they, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like niggas just want to go ahead and do whatever. Niggas want to do right. They want to do right. If that means whatever it is, whatever that comes with it, but they still like to do their old lady, or whoever's rolling with them. If that's their old lady, then that's what it is. If she's doing right, he gonna do a stand up nigga gonna do what he gotta do.
I really think people who grew up in America need to go to. It should be a requirement for you to go to certain places where you can see a different way of life. Absolutely. Because what we have been taught here in America is bullshit. I saw the two people who I knew. I ain't gonna lie. They were kin, and somebody said something about something they saw on television. It was something about a gay girl on television, and then the other one was arguing about, well, she has a right to be gay and all that shit. And I was just watching the chaos. I was like, these people have made it where people don't even know what the fuck to argue about no more.
That's real.
You know what I mean? It's like that conversation over there is so fucked up, because both of them ain't talking about nothing that's factual or right.
Wow.
Exactly. That's real tough.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I ain't putting down all the sisters. I'm not doing that, but I will.
I'm not, and you know what? Same thing. I'm not dissing them, because, like, look, I'm black. You know, I'm Haitian. My mom and my sister, they black women, but I see the cycle. You know what I mean? We see the cycle, especially as black men. We don't want them to fail, but shit, look at how shit's going. But you see, the thing is, if you don't do something about the cycle, something's wrong with you.
Well, let's ask the question. Let's ask this question. Because, you know, a lot of times when we have this type of forum and this type of conversation, people get butthurt, especially women, because they think we're talking about all women.
No, it's not.
We're not generalizing. We are generalizing. We're not talking in absolutes. We know that there are some great women out there. We know there are some great mothers out there. And we're not talking about them. We're talking about, and I would ask this question. Do you think the bad, ratchet, lousy women outnumber the good, responsible, uplifting women who take care of their children, who even if they're not in a relationship with with the father of the kid, they still keep an open conduit between the dad and the kid, and they work to keep that relationship strong. Do the bad ones outnumber the good ones?
Well, yes, but let me say this. And by the way, hey man, thanks for the call, man, because we're going to get some other calls after this.
Brother, be safe, y'all.
Right.
So to answer your question, it's like this. They outnumber them by a lot because they're manufactured. See, this is my opinion. You got 20% of people who are born moral and strong. You got another 20% that's evil, out to con everybody they fuck with. Everybody in between, the sheep are being influenced by
the 20s.
Satan. The people who run television, the people who run this country, they are being influenced into being the way they are by the devil. I don't even know. I'm not going to talk around it. So that's the reason they outnumber the good. But most people are not born to cause chaos. So they just become part of the chaos machine because they're sheep.
So anybody that's enrolled in Media U, anybody that's been educated by the media, by the mass media, the sheep, those are the people that you would consider to be the ones that are the troublemakers, really, the ones that create the conflict, the drama. Because I see a lot of women who have drama and trauma as their best friends, as their personal advisors.
They're the ones that have the biggest numbers, the followers, and this is what's fucked up about the shit, because if you really think about it, you're going to know them right. You can't even turn your back on them motherfuckers. You still got to work to save them.
Wow.
If you turn your back on them, you have joined the dark side of the force. You still have to be like, even though this motherfucker will sell me out, turn me in to the gatekeeper, the devil motherfucker, I still have to watch his back, her back.
Man, that's a powerful statement, because we kind of talked about that a few minutes ago in terms of the mothers of children. No matter what that woman may be at this point in your life, if she's the mother of your child, something was right about her at some point that y'all produced this kid, and that kid got to feel that. He got to feel you feel that way about it, because it comes out in the wrong time of our lives. We got that built up hatred and contempt for the folks who produced us. Because I remember my mother never did talk bad about my dad, but she never said nothing good about him either. And I used to wonder. I said, Dad, I kind of would have preferred if she called him a rotten motherfucker or something, But she didn't say nothing.
Right.
And then as I grew older, you're gonna always want to know who are your parents, man. And if you can find a way to deal with the mother of your child in a way that lets her know, look, here we are still trying to get this kid something that he can grow on. Right. I don't give a damn if he's 50. Okay, right. Let him grow into knowing that he had two people that at one point had enough in common to produce him.
Right. And that put him over whatever issue they had. That's parenting.
It's liberating, man. I'm telling you. Man.
That's parenting.
Next caller, let's get these calls in. We're going to run through these because I know people on hold. This is Corey and Zoe and Bobby with the 5150 show. Speak on it.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Hey, what up?
Just the Music Man 82 representing that town.
You sure are, man. That's Matthew, man. He coming strong for you too, Corey.
That's what's up, brother.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to get something off my chest. Well, I don't have kids, and I'm proud of that. And I'm not going to act like I'm better than anybody. But it's a big difference between being raised with no father and with the fathers. I was blessed to be raised by two parents who've been married for 37 years, right? And my mom and my dad would sit me down and give me the game on ratchet bitches. My father is a preacher. You know what I'm saying? Been a pastor for over 20-some years. And they sat me down, was like, hey, these are chicks you need to avoid. These the ones you want to be with. But the game is so messed up because, see, they want me to get married like them, and the game has changed within the last 37 years when they got married. There is no moral females left in the world.
Wow.
No.
If they are,
damn,
they're far away from me. Because I know in the Midwest where I live at, within the Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis region, in that Midwest area, is really no moral females. Now, I'm at an age where if I see a chick in pajamas and fake eyelashes and she approach me, you know, I'm at that age where I'm like, you know, I already know what you about. You ain't about shit. Basically, and I'm gonna tell people how to avoid. I'm gonna tell the brothers who ain't got kids how to avoid getting kids. Because once you get kids, it's gonna be drama. When them ratchet bitches with the pajamas on, the fake eyelashes call you, you basically when they talk about, oh, come over, you know, we should let's smoke this kush, let's drink this Remy or whatever. Jack off.
That's what Jeff Brown say. Put your dick to sleep.
Really, when you done jacking off, the blood is gonna go back to your brain. And you're going to be like, man, that bitch ain't really worth my time. She ain't shit.
I got a question, brother.
You know, uh-huh.
I got a question for you. So are you saying that we should give up our search in finding the virtuous woman because all bitches ain't shit? Are you saying that?
That's
not
a
really
great
saying,
question.
I'm saying don't bother to search. If they come around, they gonna come around.
Wow.
If God got somebody for you, He gonna have somebody for you. But until then, I'm not gonna be forcing myself and beating myself up, stressing over like, man, I need to find me a good woman. Where they at? They'll come around eventually. I'm the type of brother where I'm like, I let life flow. If it don't come, I'm not. Man, I'm at the age. I'm not searching no more. If a good female come around, good. But in the meantime, Corey, thank you for Backpage the other show.
Oh yeah, you got one of them hoes.
It's really, hey, that's the real shit right there.
That's what I be telling motherfuckers.
All the drama through Backpage.
I be getting hits from Twitter. Motherfuckers be like, man, I'm so glad you put me up on these motherfucking whoop-de-woos because, man, I be at this shit. But anyway, we got to get ready to take a break.
Hey, but Corey, one more thing. I don't mean to hold up the lines, but the government, the laws, the media have set it up to have single homes in America. They want it that way. They want the chaos. Like you said, the court hustles American citizens, man. That's what it's.
They want to destroy
family.
They want to destroy family.
Right.
Right. That's what's. I agree 100%, man. That was a real call, man.
That was
Corey,
real.
one more thing, man. I'm pubbing your show, man.
You
I already
sure
let
is.
Bobby know, and I let Zoe know. I created a Twitter account called the 5150
Oh, this
show.
that homie.
And-
Oh,
this
okay.
you.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, this is you."
So I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. I ain't trying to do no sneaky shit behind your back or nothing. I'm just letting you know I'm just being upfront with you. And I created a Facebook 5150 show because a lot of people on Facebook is lost and they need to hear your shit. So basically, I copy and paste all your shit from your page over to the Facebook page. And a lot of people is in the dark on Facebook. They need to hear, man. And it's a lot of people that's starting to really, really watch. I'm not saying there wasn't nobody watching the show before because you got a following, but it's a lot of people. I'm putting a lot of people onto your show.
Okay.
America needs to hear this shit because America is backwards and is messed up. But anyway, shout out to Bobby and shout out to Zoe.
Appreciate
man, y'all
it.
some good men. Once again, shout out to the King of Comedy, man. I'm out of here. I just want to let y'all know y'all doing a good job by doing this show, man.
Thank you,
Okay, brother. That's what's up, man. All right, so we got to take a break. But it's gonna be a short break, and we'll be back talking this shit, swallowing spit. You dig what I'm saying? That's my man Scope Bubbles shit right there. We'll be back. 5150.
Hold on, we coming.
Nigga.
See, they don't do drive-by to this kind of music, man.
It'll calm it all down.
You're having picnics and shit. I'm gonna eat a sandwich in the grass and ward off the bugs.
Oh shit.
Anyway,
Oh man,
5150 show is in full motherfucking physics.
yes it is.
Sure.
We're making some people happy. We're making some people mad.
We're making people think. That's the most important thing, man, because we don't always agree. We're from different eras, different places. So let's keep it coming, man.
Right.
Come on, let's get this call in. I think it's a female. This is the 5150 show. What up?
I can't believe I'm talking to you, but anyway, I'm like you. I watch you every week. Like I'm a week behind always, but this time I finally got in. Now, because I haven't really tried. Now, I've listened to all of them, and I have like something to say on all of them. Okay, I do like you, and I was raised by a man, my dad. Okay, and
He ain't never come at you, did he?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
No, man, no. My dad was a great dad, man. He'll put a knife in any motherfucker getting near me. No doubt. And Coco, right. She's a bitch. But anyway, that's another story. Now, let me see. God, you have so many topics. When my dad died when I was 18, I got with a man that was a total idiot. I didn't know that men would cheat on you and do all that shit. Just be crazy. I mean, just stupid. I guess my dad didn't tell me, like, hey, these motherfuckers is crazy. You know, they're going to cheat on you. They're going to steal from you. They're going to beat on you. They're going to do all that shit. They ain't loyal at all. And on top of that, they might like to stay in jail because they want to get fucked. I don't know.
Ooh, whoa.
So yeah, now that little topic about you guys always talking about gay this, gay that. Yeah, that little flamboyant. I hate that stuff. And I raised two men, and when they got like 8 years old, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to, raise no gay men. I want to raise men. So then I'm like, okay, let me look for.
How old are your sons?
No, they're 21. They're pretty big. They're big now. And so, me being tough and shit, being raised by a man, it was kind of, scaring me, like, oh, my God, okay. And me saying fag all the time, I just don't want them. I'm like, okay, you just everywhere with it.
Have you been doing drugs, babe?
I ain't been doing drugs. God damn it.
God damn it. I haven't been doing any drugs. Hell. Shit. I'm just talkative.
But hey, you could tell I'm Mexican, because I sound like it. But hey, anyway. Okay. You don't have to be black to be a ratchet-ass bitch. Come on now.
Yeah, there's white ratchets.
You don't have to. I mean, they're bitches in men, and there's men that are just everywhere with it. Like, there's this dude, right? And he was raised by an electrician. His father always had money. But his sole purpose in life, he's like 50. He's probably like you guys' age and shit. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. He's like you. Okay, but he robs everybody. Any relationship he's in, that's all. He got out of jail. He was in jail for counterfeit, but that's his main purpose. He just robs and just steals everything. But there's always men. There's a whole bunch of crazy shit that you guys always say. But
can we ask you a question, babe?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you gonna answer honestly?
Yeah, why not?
How much you weigh?
Oh, you could tell I'm a beastly bitch?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, I used to be skinny. When I was looking for a replacement dad, I did get skinny. But that is discipline. Look, I don't do no drugs. I don't smoke. I eat. I don't do no drugs, but I make a whole lot of fucking money. Okay? But the bad thing about it is when you're a fat bitch, you got to be a smart bitch. But that's why I went to Long Beach State, so I'm not a dumb bitch. Okay? So, I try to teach these kids.
What is that, Chipotle mustard?
But anyway,
I wish you could read this chat line. They going in on your ass.
Man, I love your shows, man. They're fucking hilarious. Yeah. Oh, and
who was that, roast beef?
The Kim Kardashian clown. What is it? That clown car pussy? That was just too hilarious. I was the only one laughing. My man was like, "Oh my God, he just dissed Kim Kardashian." But I'm like, hey, whatever. All right, it was nice talking to you guys.
Well, we love you, baby. Thanks for the call. Yeah. Thanks for the call. All right. You know what? She has good intentions, but I was laughing my ass off.
Ooh, she didn't know where to begin.
That's one of the girls they never even did nothing to, and you be like, "Man, shut the fuck up talking to me. Turn the TV up."
God damn.
What did I do? I didn't do nothing. You're here.
You're here.
You're alive.
Get the fuck out of here. God damn it.
Oh, okay. We just fuck with. Hey, baby, that was love, though. We glad you called.
Appreciate your
Hey,
courage.
let's get the next. Get the next caller on. Is the next caller on? Hey, 5150. What's up?
Hey, look out, man. It's J-Rod, man, out of Dallas, Texas, by way of Oak Cliff.
What it do, brother?
What's up, man? What's the business, man? Y'all got the perfect panel, man. Zoe, Bob, and Corey, man. I don't want to hear from no bitch perspective, you know what I mean? Where I've been. And hey, Corey, I check you out, man, out there all as an improv, man. That was raw and uncut, man. You showed the nigga ass, man. You need to put that on DVD, bro.
Oh, that's what we get ready to do. We get ready to shoot the next special, man, because that shit got to go on DVD.
For sure.
I added to them church jokes. I be making
on Amazon or nowhere, man.
Yeah. I've been trying to get all that shit off so I can hustle my own shit. But I have my own shit on Amazon in a minute, man.
Okay, that's what's up. But I've been hearing bits and pieces. I'm working right now. I'm on this slave ship. But yeah, I've been hearing bits and pieces, man. Someone put me up on game about the parental alienation because I had me a little boy, man. He was 6 years old, and my old loud ass baby mom, goddamn, had this nigga around her showing him pinky and weed. My little 6-year-old know who the fuck pinky is.
Oh, shit.
You know, I've been through all that ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? But keep putting everybody up on game about these loud ass bras out here, man. This shit is epidemic, man.
Man, I ain't gonna stop, brother. That's what's up, man. Thanks for the call. I want to say to all of the female listeners out there, we love your opinions. Please keep calling in. That was
we do shit.
Yeah, you know, I really do like to hear what women have to say,
especially smart women.
He was funny the way he said this. I don't even nothing bitch got to say.
Right.
But yeah, we want to hear what the ladies have to say, and we have female panelists sometimes. We have Darlene, of course, and Aunt T, and Claudia. And so, you know, listening to what they got to say is definitely something I'm willing to tolerate.
But you know, tolerate. But you know what, though? He brought up something that was real important. Parental alienation syndrome. A lot of lawyers, a lot of judges are now starting to look at it because
down for me.
They're seeing it as a form of abuse, and it comes 90% from the custodial parent to the non-custodial parent. And in most cases, the custodial parent is the mother.
So when they write the bill
it's a
so
form
that they can hustle it, it will be written in a way where the bitch can have to pay.
No, but here's the science. Parental alienation syndrome, or PASS, what it is they're now starting to see that women are abusing the children in the absence of the non-custodial parent, which is usually the father. Abusing in the sense of if they talk shit about the parent. They're now starting to look at that as a form of abuse. Your daddy ain't shit, or any sly negative remarks or any of that is now starting to be seen as abuse. Now here's the flip. Custodial parent to non-custodial parent. Mainly those are women doing it to the fathers. The flip of that is this. Most of the abuse cases in divorces, in separations, are from women, right, abusing the children. It's not men abusing the children, it's women abusing the children. And one of the main reasons for that happening is because the relationship has deteriorated with the father. We've got to, a lot of women don't want to be called on their fucking shit. And then, oh, you bashing women and you doing all of this and that. At the end of the day, if we don't call them on it, and we don't say, let's stand up and try to do something different for the betterment and the upliftment of these children, then what's going to happen? We just let them off the hook? Oh, well, you should have been here? That's your answer? You should have been here?
They've been getting off the hook for 20 years solid. I'm talking about like where it's gotten to the point now where the separation was done on purpose. But what happened, the shit has gotten so bad where these hoes actually believe that everybody else ain't shit. They come up with a law, parental alienation syndrome, to try and police it because it got so bad that these hoes really think everybody fucked up but them.
Right. So
that's why they came out with the shit.
Wow. It's crazy. Well, here's the flip. I talked to the lawyer. She said, but you can't say parental alienation syndrome in a court because some judges frown upon it. Listen to that shit.
Fuck everybody. It's game. Everything. The biggest game. Man, look. Okay, look. I got to say this shit. I was watching TV, and we're going to get to this next caller. I was watching TV, and I saw this guy interviewing Dennis Rodman about his trip over there to go see the guy in North Korea.
Oh, shit. This guy.
Did you see that shit? This guy was trying his best to set Dennis Rodman up to look like a bad guy.
Right.
As he was talking about everything that this guy allegedly said about the United States. But that motherfucker didn't one time say, I'm a Caucasian male and I represent war to the fullest. My entire existence on this planet has shown that we bring war. So how the fuck are you talking about what the fuck somebody else is supposed to be doing when your history is a history of Viking war type shit? They would never have me on one of them shows.
Right.
They would never interview me because I would make the person look stupid. I'll be like, first of all, are you gay? How did you get this job? This job requires ass blowout activity. Ass blowout activity. How did you get this job, first of all? Because you shouldn't even be talking to me about war. You don't want war. You want dookie.
Oh, damn.
I'm just saying. That's God damn. That's a man-on-man relationship should be called dookie exchange. That's all it is. They have committed to dookie exchange. Anyway, we got this female caller. Let's get her on. Hey, babe. I'm sorry you had to walk in on that shit, but
it is.
Life ain't easy, mama. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I called earlier. My name is
Is this Carmen?
It is.
Hey, Carmen.
Hey,
and
Carmen.
I wanted to give a female perspective on just a couple of things.
Please.
I live in
You got
Arizona,
kids?
and I consider myself to be a good woman. Now, mind you, I don't fall into the line of what you guys are talking about because
you got kids?
I'm married. I've been married for 16 years. Been with my husband for 19. So right. I don't deal with none of that shit. But I have a lot of friends and females that are good women that can't find a man. Now, let me push this back a little bit.
That's fucking hilarious. But go ahead.
Being in Arizona, I find that a lot of black men out here aren't checking for black women. So, I mean, it is still good women out here, and I'm pretty sure there's good men, but shit, it's hard for us out here in Arizona. It really is. It's like a whole West Coast thing. It's like the interracial thing is
Let me
the
ask you
thing
a question.
to do
You
out
are
here.
black, right?
I am black.
Do you think that men feel it's even more demoralizing when your own sister has you in court standing in front of the Caucasian man system? Do you think it's more demoralizing?
Not necessarily,
That's
because it depends on how they got there, really. I mean, you guys did a show. I've been kind of catching up on the show and losing track with the foxhole shit. I've been caught up and been on YouTube catching up on shit.
Wow.
You did a show on how these women are now with these children that are without a father because of who they picked. And I just, it's crazy because I already know that. I see that in my sister. I see that in my cousin. I see that in my nieces. They continue to choose these men that aren't good for them.
But listen to me, honey. This is Zoe. Women are choosing who they are. To say I choose a bad person is to remove yourself from any responsibility. You're choosing the conscious level that you are. If you're a good person, you're going to attract a good person. That's how it works. A lot of times you choose a no good motherfucker because you ain't the truth. If you were living in an authentic space, you would magnetize that concomitant reality.
You make me feel so much better because soon as she said her sisters and everything, I was saying them bitches ain't shit in my mind. And then you broke it down. You broke it down in a way that justifies my thinking.
God damn. I'm tired of women saying, men did it to me. No, The content of your character works like a black hole and magnetizes a concomitant experience. If you were a well-balanced, spiritual, intellectual, mental, honest, integrist person, you would attract that. If you attract Leroy that sell coke, who the fuck are you?
Hey, Carmen.
And I agree.
Hey, Carmen.
I agree. But I don't have Leroy, yes.
Were you raised in Arizona or did you move to Arizona?
No, I'm from Illinois.
Okay. But she's been married 16 years, and I commend that. I commend
She
any
sounds like a
woman,
good person, too.
But you know what I'm saying? Even though the good people, they're good people, but they still don't want bad things for their sisters and cousins and everything. But I just feel like some people, you just can't save them. All you do is irritate them trying to talk to them about what they do.
But you know,
but then it turns around. They're like, "Oh man, I love what you and your husband have. You guys have it, and you know, you guys been together longer than my mama, and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's great." But what they don't understand is the hard work that we put into this. This shit ain't easy.
Right. Again, women, in a lot of ways, the women that you're talking about, not all women. Let's just preface that, not all women, because you obviously represent a minority of women who have happiness. A lot of women have to reconcile the unhappiness, the low self-esteem, the low self-worth, and stop trying to run to a relationship to bring it to you. You got to have it when you step into the relationship.
I think it is so unfair in this country. We don't have more women stepping up saying, "I'm a whore, I should just sell my pussy." I don't know why most women don't say that, but it would just fix a lot of problems.
Right.
Well, and on the other side, it's equally important that women like the sister Carmen, the sister Amber,
yes,
do what you did. Continue to call into this show when you want to, when the spirit hits you, because we need to know that there are voices out there that reflect what our hope is, what our ambition is, that there are some women that can bring it without us having to take it like that.
Right.
So, sister, I commend you for calling in.
Men. I say this: men are whores. I can say that. Men fuck all kinds of things.
Right.
But when the women fuck all kinds of things, the children are a reflection of bullshit. Because they're the ones bringing up the kids, which is why we have to educate and try. And we can never give up on the women. We have to teach these women, you don't need to fuck people like me. You need to go find someone who actually gives a fuck about you. Now, after today, I don't want you to come over here anymore.
After this little exchange. And again, I always tell women, especially the ones that are in need, you got to learn how to not be an empty vessel looking for the outside to fill you up.
That's Che. You preach.
Most women are running around as empty vessels looking for somebody to fill them with something.
Well, you know,
you got to find a meaning in yourself, though.
And that goes both ways for real, bro, because I'll admit there's a point in my life where I thought that you could fuck your way out of this shit. You know?
You can't talk to me, Bobby.
No, but fucking helps.
It does, but you can get fucked up fucking.
Right.
You know?
Even though it's only a little while, the pleasure only lasts a little while. While you fucking, you ain't worried about that bullshit.
But here's where you end up with these kids, though, because that's the outcome of this, man. You know, I know that Planned Parenthood is a wonderful concept, but many of us are accidents of birth, man.
Wow.
Real quick before you guys let me go.
Okay, go ahead, Carmen.
I have a Mac, and I cannot chat. I have to chat through my phone, which is horrible. Am I just not compatible?
I don't think so.
Shit, I don't know nothing on the technical side.
She said, well, stay on, and
she'll put you on hold, and she'll tell you how to do it.
We're going to help you, Carmen.
Thank you so much, and you'll hear from me again.
And you're a great caller.
Carmen.
Yeah. She was a great
Congratulations on being married that long.
Yeah,
it's
high
very
five
rare.
to that nigga.
And being happy.
Don't let them hoes bring you down, because they're your family. All right, go ahead. hey, but look, check this out. We finna go through these calls. We gonna give these people a chance to say something.
Right.
Good. And call us for real. We finna run through this. I gotta let everybody say something this week. Fuck that. Hey, what up? This is the 5150 Show. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? This is Larry from L.A. I got 3 points, and I'm gonna try to run through them. Just kind of touching on all the things you guys discussed tonight. I think one of the major issues, two of the major issues that's driving this discussion for us, like what's going on, the breakdown in the family. First is assimilation and integration. I think once we assimilate it integrated as black people, we started chasing this American dream.
All day long. That's real.
As a result of the American dream, a wolf feed on his young. And when I say that, because we went from a we to me. And when you have all that going on, it's a lot of distraction.
That's real.
A solution to that, I want to take the 5% approach, where they say 85% of the population is blind, deaf, dumb to what's going on. 10% of the population, they know, but they won't do nor tell. But it's up to 5% of the population, which is the poor, righteous teachers, which is, brothers like you guys providing this forum to enlighten the people. And one of the first actions we can take is start mentoring. I'm 30 years old. I don't have no kids, but my mother, she raised me as a single parent, but her father laid a foundation for her. So, to give her insight on how to raise some young men. And then also my mother put us in mentoring programs, and I think I turned out pretty good. But I think if we take that approach, man, we right on our way. And, this is a good form that you guys providing. If we take this show on the road, I think one thing that approach we used to take in undergrad when we wanted to try to address some of these issues that's going on in the black communities, that we put together think tanks. And with these think tanks, out of these think tanks, you can come to some type of solution.
No, that's true. That's good information.
To nail these issues down. But I think we got to get back to spreading the love, man. I was watching Unsung a couple weeks ago, and I think it was the OJs. They were saying, doing
great episode.
They were spreading. The music was about love, but one thing that we have to understand in a capitalistic society, that's what it is. It's all about me, and so once you buy into that individuality, you really have no remorse for the community. It's and the hell with them. And so as a result of that,
this is gonna sound racist. This is gonna sound racist what I'm saying right here, but I'm telling you, man. I listened to Farrakhan talk about this with his brother. He's talking about, and his solution is for us to be separated from Caucasian people because we weren't like this.
Yeah,
this is what we have become.
I'm about to take this trip overseas, man, and one thing someone told me to realize, look how the world functions outside of America. In other parts of the country, not all parts, of the world, people are taking a communal approach. And that's why a lot of countries frown upon America, because it's this meat thing. And when that meat thing, man, is cold.
But it's not coincidence that this has happened. This is what people really need to understand, and it kind of like connect to what this brother talking about. This is not a coincidence. This is all orchestrated.
Social engineering.
Right. This is done on purpose.
Exactly. If people don't understand it, and then I know some people say, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, look at the timeline. I think you mentioned that, Zoe. Understand the timeline of these events, the Civil Rights era. Okay. What came out of that? After the Panthers. So look at all these different histories and times where we try to unite as one, and they were able to put a chink in our armor. Right. Fast forward to the hip hop generation. Public Enemy was screaming, "Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud." Then the gangster music came about. It's like, fuck this, express myself. But okay, you can express yourself, but not in the way that people have took it and run with it. It's like, ignorance, man. It has spread like cancer, it has spread like AIDS. So when you,
what the fuck is you laughing at, Zoe? You stupid. Oh yeah, you know what it is, brother? What it is? We got like this phone line blowing up. Okay, I appreciate you calling because what he has to say is very important. It's a way to look at things, man. I just hate we be rushing through this shit. We got to get our format for the callers so they can say what they want to say and we can make the point with them and move on. You know what I'm saying? Because I hate to cut people off because he talking sense. And we got to move on to this next call.
Appreciate the call, brother.
Yeah, we appreciate it for real. Next caller. Hey, this is the 5150 show. What's cracking?
How you guys doing, man? This is Al from New Jersey.
What's up, Al from New Jersey?
How you doing, man? What's up? I just want to say what's up to Zoe and what's up, Bobby.
What's up?
I watch both of y'all shows. I've been following you for a little while. I've been trying to make this pretty quick. Kind of piggybacking on what the last caller just said. I actually remember, I think it was Zoe's show. He had a guy on there a couple months ago that was talking about the Manahan report that kind of ties into the breakdown of the family. But I want to know what you guys kind of think about, especially in the Northeast. we got a lot of jobs, and the economy and everything is different here in Connecticut, New Jersey, New York than it is in most of the other parts of the country. So with respect to the women, some of them, even with, as far as the kids are concerned, it's not just the ain't shit bitches, because a lot of the women around here have access to opportunities and money, and they still treat their kids a different way. So it's not necessarily just the ratchet bitches that's, doing baby daddies dirty. So
Give me an example. Give me an example.
Well, it ain't just I'm talking about for the most part, y'all been talking about women that, kind of hang around and
ain't shit
get with
bitches,
lazy dudes and stuff. But I'm talking about the successful women, the women that actually have something going on in their lives.
What is a successful woman? That's what I don't understand. I'm trying to figure out what is one who's successful.
That's a great question, callers.
From a business perspective, or even from a life perspective. You know how some people can manage their business, their affairs, but they can't manage their personal life? That's what I mean by a successful woman.
Then that's an unsuccessful person.
Can I make a quick run at what the caller was talking about generally? Being the elder statesman in the room here and a historian by love and fascination, we take this back to when we first got to this country. Okay, the conditioning started then that prevails in 2013. The matriarchal society that produced all of us is still in effect. And we were trained to submit to women in our culture. Because the women had been told and shown that if you raise a strong black boy, we're going to hang him by the closest poplar tree. And once we got that in our mindset, and it happened over several hundreds of years, we're the only culture that's matriarchally dominated over hundreds of years. And you can't get away from that.
Did you say matriarchally?
But what's so cold about what he was saying? I said this on the show today. I said there's two dominant styles of cultures in the world. You have a patriarchal society, which is America, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have egalitarian societies, which is normally Europe. Mm-hmm. I said the only matriarchal society is in the African American community, and it is headed by the hearts of wounded women.
Not just wounded.
Here's the
difference between wounded and conditioned. No, I'm talking conditioned. They were taught, and their nurturing instincts were, I can't raise a rebel because they will kill him.
They will kill him.
So he'll never be able to stand on his own. He's going to come back to mother. Mother is going to take care of all of his needs, because if I send him out in that world with the bravado of a man, they going to kill him.
Yeah.
And we were raised generation after generation. Don't you challenge them. Don't you go out there and
hold
try
your
to be
head
all
down.
That you can
Which
be.
is why Magic Johnson didn't say shit during the finals when they said Dirk Nowitzki is one of the top 10 players of all time. I was like, what? You bitch motherfuckers. I will slap the shit out of that thing.
Oh, boy.
But that's what I was saying on the show today. The neutered man is now the catch.
They want everybody to be Barack Obama.
Right.
That's the nigga they looking for nowadays. A motherfucker that don't say shit except
and don't stand
leave the
for
sisters
nothing.
alone.
Don't stand for nothing. Don't stand for nothing.
Wow.
Let's see if we can run through a couple of these calls, man. Appreciate you, brother Jason.
Thanks. Oh, real quick, Corey. Hey, man, you making any trips out to the Northeast?
Should I be in Pittsburgh this week, man? What's up?
All right, well, that's 8 hours. But all right, cool. Thanks, baby. I'll talk to y'all later, man.
All right, come out there. I got some hoes we can set out. I'll holler.
Be good, baby.
Who we got?
Hey, next caller, talk to us.
What's up, Corey? What's up, Zoe and the elder Bobby? How you guys doing?
We ready, man.
What up, brother?
Hey, check this out real quick. Bobby touched on something interesting. Just like the courts will mandate a man to pay X amount of dollars in child support, it's interesting that they don't mandate the man spend X amount of hours a week with his child.
Man, I ain't
Great
heard no
point.
shit that deep in a long time.
Great
That's some deep shit right there.
Yeah.
Great point. And you know what? He said something that's interesting, because the child support scale, a lot of, especially in California, you pay less based off of how many hours you spend. So if you're spending, if you got the kid 3 days out of the week, they factor that in the child support rate you pay in here in California.
Man, great point.
That was a great point. Thank you, brother.
Point, man.
Deep shit.
All right, brother. Peace.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Ooh wee.
Them hoes, you can't be around the kids. You be done killed that bitch in front of them. I'm sorry you had to see that, but that bitch ain't gonna tell me where the fuck was I at yesterday. Anyway.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
Gotta call him, man. What we got?
Hey, 5150, what's up?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah,
Hey,
you
what
on.
up, brother? What's good with it, bro? Shit. When I'm over here I'm sitting there talking about these females and stuff. What I want to say about these females, reason why, like, females and guys don't get along, for one, they got to have, like, a communication and understanding. That's, like, the key factor as far as a relationship going. All these females want to sit here and want to play games and all this little stuff. They got to understand, guys, we different. We don't sit here and fuck around with all that bullshit and all that talking game and all that yelling. You know what I'm saying? We know what I'm saying? We somewhat treat them like niggas somewhat in a way as far as attitude. When they want to pop out with the mouth and all that, it's just uncalled for. And then they want to talk about kids and all that. If you think about it, if you look into, like, the questions of why the guys can't get the kids, it's majority of the females. You have to sit here and prove to them that you will be a stable father for them and all this, when the females don't even have to do that, don't have no job or nothing.
Right. And
You know what I'm saying?
and that's a good point. Thanks, caller, for the call. I think a lot of times you see brothers like Bobby, you know, and Zoe and Corey, we trying to mentor. But how often do we see sisters mentoring? Not saying that they don't, but I'm saying that needs to be put out there so that the people like that we're talking about, these lousy bitches.
You got to get in the game now, Porter.
No,
you can't stand over
no.
there.
But what I'm saying is, I want to see it more because it's like hip hop. You'll see people talking shit about hip hop and gangster rap, but you don't see the other side of it where people are actually out there, you know, doing something positive. I want to see more positive sisters, and I want to see
that bullshit, Zoe.
I'm telling the truth.
I think-
It is not true.
I want to see it though.
I want to start legislation where your
I'm
abortion.
saying good sisters circling the wagon around the ratchet bitches. That's what I'm talking about. I want to see sisters out there
They need to
mentoring them.
They need to have an
That's what I'm talking
abortion badge. Every abortion you get is a stamp punched in your badge. And after your third abortion, you cannot have an opinion on anything that people say about women. We got this last female caller. Let's get it in.
Yeah.
Sister girl, what up?
How you doing? This Mona from New Orleans.
Hey.
I want to know, why does it take the court or the white man or this judge to make brothers, men, do what they're supposed to do?
What are they supposed to do? We want to know
spending
that.
times with their kids or supporting them. It has to be something the dude isn't doing that it gets to that point.
But why would a woman be in a situation where a man is not supporting his child, whether it be financially, whether it be mentally? What is going on? What is he supposed to be doing? Bam!
No, we want to know the answer. Okay. He asked you, what was your motivation for the question? Why did you ask that question?
Because I hear callers calling in talking
No,
about
we ain't talking about the
ratchet
callers. No,
women,
don't
but
go there.
the
Don't go
dudes
there.
made
Don't
up
go
with
there.
them.
On the board,
So
they say
if you're
tell
doing
them
what
to get
you're
off the
supposed to do for your children, nobody should have to come in and make you do anything.
What's
are
your
absolutely
motivation?
right.
But why did you ask that question?
Because I'm tired of hearing dudes say they have to go to the white man and the girl is wrong for doing that. If you just take care of your business, you
Well,
won't
let's do
have
it this
to do
way,
none of
young
that.
lady.
We're
Let's do
talking
it
to
this way.
obviously a young lady,
Yes, let's
so
do it
don't
this
get
way,
mad
young
at
lady.
her.
We appreciate the
This
call.
is what a lawyer told me. If you have to come here, we should be the last resort. We are the ones who wrap it up for the families who can't. And at the end of the day, if you go there first, that means you didn't give your family an opportunity to fix the problem.
And also, if a man does not want to take care of his child that he had by you, you fucked up. You picked a motherfucker that don't want your ass.
Do. That's a ratchet nigga.
No, I'm
Wow.
saying that is he is ratchet. He is ratchet because he fucked with somebody that he's willing to gamble being in this situation with. So he's no good either. I am not taking up for wretched men.
Each other.
I agree. I think they deserve each other, but I want to say this. I can help counsel you. Where are you?
I don't need counseling, Corey. I'm straight. Me and my dude been together for 13 years. We good.
Well, we should have heard that conversation.
You
should not be representing people that don't reflect who you are, because you got us
I'm
way
not
off base.
representing anybody. I'm just saying
Now, if you good for 13 years, if you good for 13
women that are
years,
in that situation, I was just calling in with my opinion, like you guys are.
no, you gave us somebody
didn't
else's
call in.
opinion because you good. You got a man for 13 years, sister. You doing something right. You was representing these other folks that we
Is
don't
he
even
by
know.
you right now? Can we talk to him?
I was just asking a question. Why guys are so mad when they have to go to court, but if they handling their business, they wouldn't have to.
That's so weak, though, when people say if you handling your business. That basically what you're trying to say. If he do what you say, then he won't be no problem.
And the kid is not a business.
Right.
Let's just go there.
If you feel bad that you have to pay for soccer or school supplies, then you're a lousy dude.
If a man has a
to
child,
make you do that, you're supposed to do that automatically.
She has a good point.
No, right. If a man has a child and he won't buy that child school supplies, that means he hate that bitch. He hate that bitch, and that don't make it right. Something wrong with him because he let his animosity for the mom interfere with.
So the kid suffers because the guy don't like who he chose to have a baby with.
No, the child suffers because for 9 months, a disassembled heart was allowed to grow inside of a womb.
What?
That the dude didn't want nothing to do with it. When men,
Yeah, but you can't.
He picked her, though, and
Yeah,
she
but you
picked him,
can't.
so I guess they deserve each other.
Right, you
men
can't
don't-
exonerate the
kids
dude
suffer.
though.
when men don't have nothing to do with their kids, I'm telling you, it's because they didn't want that baby with that woman. And I
They
really
should have
think
wore
women.
condoms then, Corey.
That's a
Don't
good
let the
point.
kids
She's
suffer
making a
because
good
you don't
point,
like
Corey.
the
Point. That's not a good point because pussy gonna get fucked raw. Nobody make motherfuckers wear condoms more than twice. Where are these women who are so
That's a good point, Corey. Touche.
I mean, he not gonna get pregnant. The woman pussy gonna get blew out from a baby coming up out of it. I mean, the choice is his.
Women should have discipline and condom management, is what Corey is saying.
I want to meet
That
her.
is hysterical.
I hope we gotta go. I'm so glad she called. I love her. Hey, can I fly you and your man out here? I see chinks in the armor. I know it. All we gotta do is just get him drunk, and we got you. No, hey, baby, thanks for calling. This is the 5150 Show. I hate we gotta go. We'll see y'all next week. Zoe Williams in the house. Bobby Glenn Smith. You know how we do it.
Oh, follow me at Zoe Williams. Follow me at Zoe Williams.
At the Corey Holcomb.
At Glanton Smith, real men don't play.
We out of here.
Wow.
Wow.
I like her. See, we gotta have fun with them.
She was awesome.
She don't fucking know.
I don't
she
know.
think you owe her something because she had a baby.
Did you catch them daggers that was...